Okay, well, here we are for another video lesson. This one goes out to my student Ed, who's requested a video lesson for the song Everybody Wants to Rule the World, of course from Tears for Fears, songs from the Big Chair album. A lot of good songs on that album. So let's take a look at what's going on with this. There are a couple of guitar parts on here, but we're going to take a look at the most prevalent ones, the ones that your ear will hang on to most. We'll take a look at what's going on in all of it though. So the opening figure that we have happening, if we listen to the beginning of the song here. So what we have going on here is you're going to put your second finger on the second string, fret 5. Pick it and slide it up to fret 7. Then put your first finger on fret 5 of string 1, keeping your second finger where it is. And then you're going to use your third finger on fret 7 of string 1. So you're going to be going back and forth between fret 7 on string 1 and fret 5. Like that. So we've got the slide on string 2. That's a downstroke. Pick an upstroke on string 1. Downstroke on string 2. Put that third finger on fret 7 of string 1. Upstroke. Downstroke on string 2. Take your third finger off to expose your finger number 1. And that's an upstroke. That's one time through it. And then you're just going to keep going. No more slide. The slide only happens the first time. And now we come to the main rhythm part. This is going to carry you through all the verse parts of the song. And this is easy to play. For once, something easy to play. What we're going to have here, we're going to have an open 4th string, an open D string, and you're going to bar strings 2 and 3 at the 2nd fret with your first finger. And it's simply hit strings 2, 3, and 4, take that bar off and hit them all open, and then you're going to ride on string 4. Like that. Now on the record, the guitar player has some delay happening on there that kind of gets a lot of that kind of slapback, like da 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 da. I don't have a delay pedal handy, and chances are, if you're watching this video, you may not have one either. So for us, for our purposes, we're just going to ride that D string like this. And what I'm doing there is an upstroke, a downstroke, and then I'm cutting it off using kind of the edge of my thumb here on my my picking hand. Like that. So it's up, down, up, down, up, down, up. That's the end of the phrase. Now, as far as these two notes on string 2 and 3 go, the way I've been doing it, and I like the way it sounds more like a keyboard part or like the record, is I'm using the second finger of my picking hand on string 3 and the third finger of my picking hand on string 2. So, and my pick on string 4. So I think that gives it a sound closer to the keyboard kind of sound that we hear on the original recording. But you know, you can just strum it too. I've seen people do that. So you can try both ways, and you know, whichever way works best for you, whatever you're more comfortable with. So there's two different options on how to play that part. Right there. Okay, now we get to the bridge. I'm just going to back that up a little bit so we can go back to it. The bridge is an E minor chord. Although you might want to use fingers 3 and 4 for that rather than the usual 2 and 3, because the next chord will be an F sharp minor bar chord. To get that, you're just going to move fingers 3 and 4 here from the 2nd fret to the 4th fret and then bar all 6 strings underneath it at fret 2. After that we have a G chord, G major chord, so you're going to just move everything up a fret and put your 2nd finger down on string 3 fret 4. And then go back down to that F sharp minor. That's the first pass through. The next pass is going to be almost the same. It's E minor, F sharp minor, G bar chord at fret 3, move it up 2 frets for an A bar chord at fret 5. And back to the... Now, alternatively, if you'd rather not deal with the bar chords, the F sharp minor, you're going to have to do that. But you could go E minor, F sharp minor, G, and A. For the G, I'm just using a 2-finger G. I've got my 2nd finger on fret 3 of string 6, muting string 5. I've got my 3rd finger on fret 3 of string 2, and I'm only playing as far as the 2nd string. And then I'm just using 1 finger to get my A major chord, barring on fret 2, strings 2, 3, and 4. Once again, only playing from strings 5 to 2. So. And then we're back to the verse. So let's play along with the song here and see how that works. And I'll try doing it both ways. I'll do it once one way and once the other. Here we go. Verse 2. The bridge again. Now, interesting thing, on bridge number 2, there's a 2nd guitar that comes in the back. We still have those same chords, but now we have someone going. So let's take a look at that. I'm just going to go back a little bit. Okay, so that little part that comes in behind the and this, we're going to see this pop up a little later on in the first guitar solo as well. You are going to have finger number 1, fret 2 of string 1, finger number 2, fret 3 of string 2, finger 3 on fret 4 of string 3. So you're going to go. Then you're going to do it a 2nd time. Drop down to barring strings 2 and 3 on fret 2 with your 1st finger. Or, yeah, so it's barring strings 2 and 3 on fret 2. And then 3rd finger on, oh my god, my brain's gone blank. Fret 4 of string 3. So. And then when they get to the everybody wants to rule, you're just going to go. that's basically down, down, up, down, 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 up, down. And that first downstroke you're going to cut short. Down, down, up, cut short on the end, like that. Then we get to this part. So these really powerful chords that we're hearing is nothing more than a G, a D, and an A. We're going to look at a few different ways that we can do this. The way he does it is he's got the same 2-finger G chord I used earlier, but now I'm also including my pinky on fret 3 of string 1. Then a D bar chord with the root on string 5 at fret 5, but you don't really have to hit all of it. You could do a normal D down here if you want. If you do, just try to play as far as string 2. If you're doing it up here, you could try doing a power chord with your first finger on string 5, fret 5. Let's see, finger 3 on fret 7 of string 4 and pinky on fret 7 of string 3. Or you could do your whole chord, but just go as far as string 2. Now for the A chord, what they're doing on the record, he's doing this kind of a... And what that is you're going to have your first finger on fret 7 of string 1. String 1, I'm sorry. No, Ed, not string 1. First finger, fret 7, string 4. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. Third finger, fret 9, string 3, pinky, fret 10 of string 2. And I'm kind of using the curve of my first finger to mute string 1, just in case I hit it by accident. So it sounds like this. And since it's an A chord, you could include that open 5th string. So it goes like this. And that percussive strumming I'm doing is, so a muted downstroke, right? Like I've got the chord, but I'm not pressing down. My fingers are relaxed. I'm not putting any pressure on the fret. And when I go down, I'm also getting it with the edge of the hand. Then up, down, upstroke, downstroke. So it's... 2, 3, 4. Now, that's the way you're going to get it sounding like the record. But you could also do it like this. D bar chord, A bar chord. With E major shape, root on string 5, string 6, fret 5. Or you could do a D chord down here and just don't bother with playing the first string, and you can just get an A chord like this by barring strings 2, 3, and 4, and kind of using the first finger curve to mute the first string. So there's a couple of different ways you can try that. Minor, a G major, F sharp minor, D minor, F sharp minor, G, A. Back to the beginning riff. Now for this little interlude, this little instrumental section, you can go back to that beginning riff and you can play that riff all the way through. That's what he does. But if you want to try playing the chords that are underneath, it's just D, A, and G like this. What I'll do is I'll start with the riff. and then I'll go into the chords just so you can kind of see how they both go. Now, D, A, B minor. No, not like that. C, B minor. C, G, A. Now we come to the first guitar solo. So yeah, that whole part is just B minor chord with the root on string 5, fret 2, so like an A minor shape, right? Moved up to C, B minor, C, G, A, and then we've got back to the, and here comes the first guitar solo. So let's take a listen to that and take a look at what he's doing here. This is kind of a cool, it's all dyads, 2-note chords. That's your big word for the day, dyad. Remember it because you know I'm going to ask you. So here we go. Sharp minor, G, F sharp minor, B minor, F sharp, A. So let's take a look at what he's doing on that first guitar solo. You go back, you're going to do the verse riff chord rather once. Now what's going on here is I've got my first finger barring strings 2 and 3 on fret 1, and I'm going to be toggling between that and placing my second finger on string 2 fret 3 and my third finger on string 3 fret 4. Like that, and you want to kind of mute it a little bit. And then you're going to put your third finger down here on string 2 fret 3, and you're going to get strings 1 and 2. So like that. Put your third finger back, take them off, get this first finger, take it off. So just like that. Now, third finger up on strings 1 and 2, fret 10, barring them. So what you're going to do there is pick and you're going to use your third finger on fret 10 and fret 7, dropping to your first finger on fret 5. Pick, slide, pick. Like that. So you're going back and forth between the that we were doing earlier, and it's going to end off with finger 1 on fret 2 string 1 and finger 2 on fret 3 string 2. Then put finger 3 down on fret 4 string 3. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and slow that down and play through it for you so you can just see how that goes. So let's go find where that starts. Okay, and let's go to the Magic software here and just slow this down a hair so we can kind of give you a slowed down version. I hope I don't mess up the timing. Sometimes it's weird to play these things slower than you're used to. Now we're going to go back to the chorus again. And the chorus is going to repeat twice at this point. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. There's a little tiny guitar thing here. It's not the solo, but it's the, we'll call it the precursor to the solo. Precursor, my big word for the day. So 2 times through the chorus. And another thing, if you listen, you can hear him doing the original riff. But now he's doing it up here with his second finger on fret 12 of string 2, first finger on fret 10 of string 1, and third finger on fret 12. So it's the exact same riff, just moved up. And he's doing that in the background. Of course, if you're playing this by yourself, you're going to have to pick one part, so I would go with the chords. And back to the chorus. And the guitar solo, the real guitar solo. Now, just to let you know, of course, that other guitar part's going on in the background of the chorus to that. That's going on while you're playing. Now that little tiny guitar fill is this. It's third finger on fret minus string 3. Bolster it up with your other 2 fingers. You're going to bend it. Let the bend come down. Take your third finger off to expose your first finger on fret 7. Put your third finger back. Back to the first finger. So just like that. Real tasty, very simple, right? And that's it. Now there's a very cool guitar solo that ends this song. And I'm going to do a separate video for that. And since they fade out on the song, I'm also going to do it over a live version where they actually end it. So we'll have something cool there. So until next time, that's it for the rhythm guitar parts for Tears for Fears. Everybody wants to rule the world. Stay tuned for the solo that takes out the song. See you next time. Why are you still here? Go practice. Come on, get out of here. Go practice.